The Joy Behar Show, every night, 10 Eastern, on HLN.
He sounds like he had a lot of issues, this guy. I mean, in your book, you talk about that he was emotionally abusive and he was also physically abusive to you. So tell me about the first time that he struck you.
It was before we were married, and we were talking about television. And he always had a very philosophical, almost Shakespearean approach to a lot of these things, very lofty, not undesirable views of what television should or could be. And at one point, I think I just said, and he was complaining about Bridget Loves Bernie, that show we were doing, not being up to those standards. And I said, David, it's a television.
Yeah.
And he knocked me down.
He hit you for that.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Standing in the driveway outside of his rented house in Beverly Glen.
And that's all you said? It's television?
Yeah.
Well, so he had a little anger issues.
It seemed, yes.
It appears. And this other time that he hit you was in a car. Mm-hmm. He reached back. I was reading you were in a Datsun, and he reached back and smacked you.
Yes, his Datsun Z. We were driving, and I made a comment that I can see how this would have been hurtful. I said that we are going to be the modern-day version, basically, of his parents, which was a very strong, scary, foreboding guy and a quiet, mousy, martyrish woman. It's the part I saw myself falling into, and it was whack. And I was wearing aviator glasses, kind of like Gloria Steinem, and it broke. This broke against my eye, sliced through the lid, and sliced the cornea, and it just blew up.
There's a couple of things about that incident that are interesting. I mean, horrible also. That you were wearing Gloria Steinem glasses, I just think is so ironic.
I was doing my best in my smallest way.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You write it that way, that they were Gloria Steinem glasses, you know. What year was this? The 90s?
I would say, no.
80s.
No. Oh, this was probably before that. I imagine this was late 70s.
Oh,
like
that long ago. Oh, my God, time flies.
Perhaps.
Yeah. But, I mean, I was thinking, you know, like, looking back on that, what do you think Gloria would have done in that moment?
She said, take those off. You don't deserve to wear those glasses.
No, what would she have done to him?
Oh, well, he would have needed hospitalization, probably, I expect.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But so the first incident, you weren't even married to him, and then you still went through with the marriage. So what were you thinking? Why would you marry him?
What a cogent question. You know, all of the decisions that I made were based on and controlled by a belief system that I had based on things that happened in my childhood, where I decided that I was unloved, unlovable, and really had no value, that I couldn't expect really anything from the world along those lines. And consequently, that really prescribed everything that followed. Yeah. And no decisions that I made, no relationships I went into had any free will to them except as they were governed by that kind of thinking. And, you know, so I got in a relationship. I wasn't looking for anything really except love me.
Just love me.
Take care of me.
Yeah.
You know, solve my problems. And I knew I wasn't so much looking for love with David because I don't know that was going to be available. But I didn't think I was very smart. And he made it pretty clear he didn't think I was very smart. I didn't think I was a good mother, and he didn't seem to think I was a good mother. So I thought, oh, okay, I'm comfortable here.
I see.
I know what you're going to expect. It seemed very familiar.
From the early years.
So that's where
So your mother and father must have played a part in that.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. So we are all a sum of our past experiences.
That's right.
The difference was, because many other kids have grown up in far worse situations than I did, they weren't telling themselves stories necessarily. They weren't, you know, I took it personally. I thought it was all about me, which made me think that I was a horrible person and not to be valued. And it's a scary place to be because I really thought I was terminally damaged. Because of that thinking, I didn't know how to connect. I didn't know how to be with people. I didn't know how to make friends. I didn't have any friends.
Yeah.
Because my mother didn't have any friends. I didn't know what that kind of thing
you had
really looked
brothers.
like.
Were you friends with your brothers?
Yeah, but we weren't together. I was very close with my brother Brian, and less so with Dick because he was the oldest. But we were all pretty lonely.
Okay.